Welcome to Mikey Ice TV. I have a guest today from Madera, California, which is the hometown that I basically got the name Mikey Ice. So, with that being said, I'm going to speak to an individual that was living in Madera before I got there, and he was already doing graffiti, on the wall. So, we're going to jump into that history. And what's up, Marco? You might want to stay for this one, though, bro.
Yeah. You
What's
there?
good? You
Okay.
hear me?
Let me see.
Marcos.
Can you talk?
Yes, sir.
Got it. All right.
What's good?
We got everybody on here. We got Marcos. Oh, that's
Man,
crazy though. As long I know Marcos for 20 for like 23 years, bro. I never knew that he was related to you.
that's my nephew. Hey, Marcos. I keep telling him. I said, nephew, quit your day job, man. You got to paint, man. That dude got skills. And my older brother influenced him to be an artist.
Oh,
Hey,
really?
you know what? Of my older brother, rest in peace. If he was alive, he I'm just clowning. He could stand in the shadow because Marcos is bad.
Yeah.
Marcos, he's an artist, very talented, blessed artist.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, boy. So let's jump into it though, because I know a lot of people from Madera is gonna see this, and I
Uh,
just want you to introduce yourself, like for the people in Madera that's watching. Can you let
yeah,
everybody know, like who you are and what year you got involved, like with like hip hop in Madera, though, bro?
yeah. My name is Jimmy Boy Gallego Senior. That's my that's my name, Jimmy Boy. Um,
Okay.
I'm 56, and I'm originally from LA. When you said Florence, I laughed. I'm originally from LA. I got my roots in Florence, Florencia. Florence, that's where I come from. Moved up north
Mhm.
when I was about 7, and so I'm a northerner. I'm from Northern California. Madera's my town. Yeah. So yeah, that's who I am right now.
Right.
Yeah.
So you know what's interesting about that, boy? Like when, cause I'm living in Long Beach though, bro. Like I left
Yeah.
Long Beach when I was in junior high school though, right?
Uh, uh.
And I remember my dad said we moved to the Madera West apartments though, right? Yeah. And so when we moved to the Madera West apartments, that's where the bus stop was at because there was Fantasy World, right?
Mayfair
So
Market.
yeah, Mayfield Market though, bro. So
Yeah.
I just like I was saying when I first spoke to you, I remember that we will always go to Mayfair though because they have video games inside of Mayfair though too.
RZA.
You know?
Yeah.
And
Fantasy World.
in Fantasy
There's another one over here
World,
by Roy's
but
Liquor. I can't remember the name, but yeah.
yeah. So like for yourself though, bro, because like when did you first see hip hop in Madeira?
You know what? It,
Or did you see it in LA first?
what? Yeah. The writing on the walls. Um, you seen it in L.A. You know,
Okay.
and in L.A. they're savages, man. Just I'm gonna use um, um, where I'm originally from, where my people are from, my family, Florence. They'll play
Okay.
Florencia. They'll have an arrow pointing, um, like pointing. This is Florence, pointing right there.
Mhm.
Um, do not enter. So I seen that was called graffiti, not graffiti, not graffiti New
Oh,
York style, b-boy style. It was graffiti gang related.
Chicano
Yeah,
graffiti.
Chicano graffiti. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I,
Chicano
I
art.
Yeah, Chicano White. I seen that. I seen that
Me
when I was in
too.
LA.
When I
Yeah,
was in LA, I seen the same thing, but I was seeing a gang called East Side Longo, Dog Patch,
yeah,
CB70, Los Sententas, and then they would
yeah,
have a roll call. It would say like Little Man, Snoopy, Big
yeah,
Lazy, Little
yeah,
Lazy.
yeah.
And that's what I seen as a kid, you know. So yeah, that was the first graffiti that I seen. I didn't see wild style graffiti though when I was a
No,
kid
no,
and on the West Coast
no. For
until
for me,
I seen you.
for
You was the
me,
first piece that I seen.
for me, we didn't call it b-boy then or hip hop. Is when Rapper's Delight came out. I don't know what shit.
1979,
76, 79, 79.
79.
Ooh, that was fire, boy. It was one album, one song. The whole goddamn album played, and we learned. I learned it word for word, and
Right.
not knowing, but as I was hip hop, I was just flowing with the beat, boom, 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 and bang, bang, boogie, the beat drew you in, the beat drew you in,
Mhm.
and little did I know, I was gigging, I was digging it, I was feeling it, So it all really all for me and everybody else really was Rapper's Delight,
All right.
and yeah, yeah, and then my brothers, we're all from I don't want to say like boasting. We're from the streets. We're from the streets. We came from LA,
Okay.
and we had a fight from one block to another block, and I was like 7 when I left LA. So
Mm.
when we came to Madera, we were already set in the head, fighting and everything. So um, when we came to Madera, we really had that street swag, that street in us,
Mhm.
And when Rappers Delight came out, just got into it, and my brothers were always tagging, riding, so I got in. I still tag today. Fuck
Okay.
shit. I took my truck to Firestone. I took my truck to Firestone yesterday, and I took my truck to Firestone. I was at the counter, stole this marker. So the fuck, it was on the counter. I said, "Oh shit, that's a good one. I'm gonna pop that motherfucker. I'm gonna take that motherfucker in my pocket." And I stole the Sharpie. Well, I didn't steal it. I took it. I won't steal.
Right.
I took it. They weren't gonna do nothing with it anyway. But I still to today scribble. You know. Um. So yeah, I still got my Run DMC. I still got I still fiddle around. You know.
So, boy, I was gonna ask you, like in Madera, like in the early '80s, though, like who were some of the names that you remember? Because I remember there's a dude named the first breaking crew that I heard of in Madera was called the Players, and there was a lady. She was a manager. They called her. Her name was Lala, and she lived by 7-Eleven.
Uh-huh.
You know Lala?
I have a cousin named Lala. I don't know if it's her, but
Yeah, she was the manager for the Players. So what the Players would do is that they would go, they would have car washes in Madera to raise money, and then
uh,
they would make T-shirts to say the Players on the back.
yeah.
That was the first crew that I heard of in Madera called the
You, you
Players.
know, when we got together, when we started um running together as a team, as a crew, it was me, Vidal Luna,
Hmm.
Joey Lopez, Jesse Coronado.
I remember Jesse
Uh,
Coronado.
yeah, and again, I mentioned to you, Ricky Escobedo. Rest in peace. It was a tragic way he went. Him,
Mm.
and there's a bunch of poppers everywhere. We used to always hang out at swimming pool park, you
That's what
know.
I remember. When I came to Madera, everybody was popping. Like I
Yeah,
was, to be honest with you, boy. Like besides maybe like since you guys were already there before me though, like I was one of the first dudes that I thought I brought breaking to Madera though because I came from LA.
yeah,
And then
yeah,
after me, then Tim and Earl came, so they came
yeah,
after me. I was
yeah,
already there first.
yeah. Jim, rest in peace to Earl. Earl passed away,
Yeah.
I don't know, about 5 years ago plus. Earl could pop hard, popped hard. and they came from LA,
Mhm.
and they weren't gang members then, just kids, just high schoolers. Earl, Tim, which is my pastor now, Pastor Tim, Remnant Church.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he didn't do so much, too much, but he didn't really, if
He
any,
was
he
a
didn't do
ladies'
none.
man,
He
though,
was
bro. He
just
was a
smooth,
ladies' man.
real smooth, real smooth. They always dress nice, but it was
Yeah.
Earl. Earl was always popping. Earl was always popping. Yeah,
Earl was
yeah,
the first dude I seen do like windmills like really clean. He had really
yeah,
clean windmills, bro.
yeah, yeah. Those are good dudes, and also too, um, but like I said, the crew. It was me, Vidal, Jesse, and we went one time. We went one time to Fresno. We jumped in the back of a Nissan Nissan truck, mini truck. We jumped in the back. Vidal's aunt dropped us off at Rotary Park, and
That was the place.
I had high top Pumas, and I don't know, some MC Hammer windbreaker pants. I don't know what Puma sweater, and we went to Pan Am Park. I mean, the Rotary Park,
Rotary
and we're gonna
Park.
we wanted a battle. We put some money together. Well, let's battle. But everybody, everybody backed out. They got
Mm.
scared. They peed themselves. I was mad. I was
Mhm.
furious. I was embarrassed. So we go home, and then like a week or two later, Fresno comes to swimming pool park, and we broke down. Swimming pool park had a like a picnic area, and we were there, and those are some good days, man. The '80s.
You you remember a dude named I don't know if his name was Jimmy or Larry or Henry. He had colored eyes. He had like green eyes. He used to break out swimming pool park. The
That's
only
Larry
Mexican
Green.
dude I've seen. Huh?
That's my homeboy Larry Green Eyes. I call him Green Eyes. Yeah, that's my homeboy Larry Green Eyes.
I remember
I
him because he was the only dude I seen with green eyes in Madera.
yeah, that's my homeboy from the same neighborhood, Winos. But I never seen him pop or break. But
Okay, I
everybody's
did.
doing it. Everybody's doing it. Everybody's doing it. So
Mhm.
so like you said, the crew. The players. I really can't remember the players. You know, um, me and Vidal. Vidal had like 215s, a big stereo. Back then, them house stereos were big. And
Right.
we were scratching, using the volume, you know, bring it back, move the volume back and forth.
Mhm.
Vidal was, he's scratching, Boogie Down Bronx, and everything
Oh,
that
was
he had all
he?
kinds of, yeah. And he had paint. He had some paint, and we're in his room. So I started tagging on the speaker. His mom pounds on the door. Are you guys sniffing paint? We're not sniffing paint. Boys painting. He got me in. Boys painting the speaker. You better not be. It was funny. But I was
Mm.
always. To today, I don't tag on bathroom walls like I used to always do it, but I still would just scribble. But yeah, we started bombing on walls. We started bombing on walls. There was a dude that came from San Jose. Came from San Jose, and I believe his name was Mike. He came from San Jose, and he started hanging out with us, and he started breaking.
Mm.
So Beat Street came out. Beat
Yeah.
Street came out, and it just lit a fire under everybody's ass. We was on it.
And that was it from Madera, though. I remember, like, I used to go to the movie theater on Yosemite.
Yeah, damn.
You remember that?
Shit, hell yeah, dude.
That was the
Hell yeah,
spot right there, though, bro.
yeah.
Like, I remember I went to that movie theater and I seen Bad Boys.
Who?
Bad Boys.
Oh, that has to be the one with when he went to
Sean Penn.
juvenile.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he went
Sean.
to
They went to juvenile
Juvenile
hall.
Hall. That
Yeah.
one. I seen Bad Boys at that theater, though, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
before the Madera theater, though. That's the original theater from Madera.
yeah. It was on East
That was
Amity.
there. That was there since like the 50s.
That, yeah, patent pending. Everybody out there from Madera, don't do it. I'm gonna have some T-shirts made up like that, and have them
Hmm.
customized. Um, and I'm gonna have to patent that. I'm gonna have to probably try to trademark that if I can.
I
But
remember I remember that and you know what I remember about Madera was big was the chili cook-off.
yeah,
That's when I seen people breaking at the chili cook-off because I remember me and all my friends from Thomas Jefferson, we said we're gonna go to the chili cook-off because there's gonna be a crew from Fresno called the B-Boys and they showed up.
yeah.
They
You
showed
know,
up. You might remember that they showed up to the
yeah,
chili cook-off
I
at the
remember.
fairground.
They're on the main platform right there by Hatfield
Hmm.
Hall. There's a big stage. There's a stage right there. Um, yeah, I remember that. I do. The chili cook-off only happened like 5 years, 4 or 5 years running, and it got a little too violent. So they said, "Oh hell no."
Oh yeah, the chili cook-off was a meeting ground though, bro, for gang violence.
Yeah,
Especially
yeah, yeah.
the Bulldogs would come to Madera and try to like, like basically fight the Norteños. And I remember that was it was like a dangerous situation though, bro,
Yeah,
because I wanted to go to break, but it was like people from Fresno was going there to fight.
yeah, 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 yeah. First number there has no love, no love at all, no love whatsoever, at all, at all. Me, I don't really care about that fight no more. I'll say hi, what, hey, hey, but I'll keep pushing. But yeah, yeah, it was always like that. But
And I and
go
I
ahead.
just remember like there was a dude named Steve Contreras.
Yeah,
He was the popper from
yeah,
Madera.
yeah,
They said he was
yeah.
a popper, but I knew how to pop.
Uh-huh.
And I remember like he said that when I came to school, this is a true story though, bro. I went to Madera High and Steve Contreras was at Madera High. And he knew who I was because there was a dude named like Paco. Remember Paco?
Paco Cornejo. Yeah,
Yeah, Paco could break.
Paco's in
Paco
Lancaster
could
now.
break.
He could break
Was
and
he?
pop. Yeah, he could break
Yeah.
and pop. Yeah.
So so he told Steve about me though, bro. So they said at Jefferson on second lunch, they said that Mikey Ice was gonna battle Steve Contreras. So we went out to the handball court, where they play
Yeah.
handball,
Yeah.
and I battled Steve and I beat him though, bro. But when
Uh,
I beat him, the vice president, Mr. Vega and Stella and
Vegas.
Sydney,
Yeah.
remember
Yeah.
them?
Yeah. Yeah.
They came and snatched me up, bro, and they put me in OCS.
Because you was black. They didn't do him.
Yeah,
Hey,
actually, you know what did they take him into? I
yeah.
think he might have went in just because he was a knucklehead, but they took me in because the whole school wanted to know who I was, though, bro. So
Mm.
they had to hide me from them, to be honest with you,
Uh,
because I gained because I just moved from Long Beach to Madera and I beat Steve Contreras. Steve Contreras was running, he was running Thomas Jefferson.
Steve, I need help out there in Madera. Out there, if you're from Steve Contreras, I believe he passed away.
You think he passed
There's two brothers.
away? Yeah.
I think that was him. Big
Hmm.
dude. So when did you come to Madera? What year?
I came to Madera in '83.
83?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. We didn't start tagging until Beat Street came out.
Mm.
Beat Street came out for like Ramo, the white train. We saw a plain wall, and there was a lot of plain walls because ain't nobody was writing on walls back then. We were blowing everything up, every wall. That Mayfair wall, we went, man. I kid you not, man. Fuck. We went from one end to the other end. Just
I remember that. I know you said your name was Little Fresh, but I just remember seeing Fresh.
fresh.
I
Yeah.
remember it was a B-boy, and he had
Uh-huh.
like a spray can,
A spray
and he
can.
had the finger, and it sprayed out Fresh.
Me and that dude Mike from San Jose, we did that. We had
Oh,
my little
really?
we had my little brother across the street at Fantasy World. He always whistles, "Car coming with Doug." So we started in the
Oh, okay.
bottom. We started in the bottom on our feet. Got a grocery cart, laid it down, stood on that. I went and got another grocery cart, threw it on top of the other one. So now we're like 4 feet off the ground standing. Back then I was like 4 foot nothing. With my hands extended, I was another maybe 5 foot nothing. So we ended up that dude ended up that whole piece probably ended up being about 8 feet, 8 feet, 8 feet high. And up, I don't
I
know about.
remember that though, bro. I remember that piece was huge.
It was very colorful too.
I liked it. I was in love with it though, bro. And when it got erased, I couldn't believe it. And I remember one day that I went to Snow White and I seen another piece that she did on the government building. I think it said "boy."
out there. And it said, you know, back then too, um, when being political wasn't a thing then, I was like political, you know. I wrote the message.
Mm.
African Bambata or who did that? The song, the message,
Grandmaster Flash, the
Grandmaster
message.
Flash, and that's a very powerful, very deep, deep message, you know. It's talking about
Broken
everything,
glass everywhere.
everywhere.
You know what I'm
Just don't care, you know. Swinging from the jail cell. Yeah, that was a deep one. So on that one, I did it with the bubble writing. I
Oh
had a
yeah, I remember
backpack.
that.
I had a backpack using Krylon. I had a backpack, and I kid you not, I had about 4 or 5, 6 different cans, you know, and I put the message, and I went as high as I can go. And again, I was 4 foot nothing, so the damn thing the letters were probably about 5 feet by 3, 4 feet. And I put it on walls like Mayfair, the Wild Fair, because people could see it right away.
I
You can't miss it.
seen it.
You can't miss it.
I lived
And
on B Street.
and you know when we did those, when we were doing those, they stood up for months, months, maybe a goddamn year, because they weren't
Mm.
taking them down then. You know, they're just, oh, we'll get to it. You know, and I lived on D Street and
I
across
lived
the
on
street.
B Street.
B,
Yes.
yeah, I was on D by Fastway Liquor. There's a
Oh, okay.
building, and I put Wars, and on that one I tried to do like Wild Style Wars,
Mm.
and I put Russia on one side, USA on the other, because at that
Oh,
time it
okay.
was like rumors of wars, going to war. It was a um, real touchy situation between different countries, you know. And I did
Mm.
that. And again, I had my little brother Indio whistling, duh. We just we just we just tagged, man. I would say for, for like about 6, 7 months, just straight, just
So
hitting
you
them,
did other.
you know.
You did other. Those are only two pieces that I seen in Madrid. There was others.
Yeah, and I did Zulu too. I wrote Zulu, and when I was telling you, I ended up getting busted. That dude Mikey ended up snitching me out. And back then we didn't use no latex gloves, you know. And I was already in the system. I was on probation in the 7th grade. You know, I had a probation officer. I was already in court, going to juvenile hall. You know, I was already in the system. I had my fingerprints already printed. So we're just spray painting with our hands, red, black, green, whatever colors all over our fingers. You know, I was
Yeah.
wash I was washing my hands with gas. My hands were all rough and stunk, and they end up getting cans that we just threw down. My fingerprints were all over them. You know,
Oh, that's how they got you.
yeah, yeah. So I'm in high school and they go call me out, and those
Ursuline
Ursuline was the Ursuline was the school um,
security.
security. I love that girl. Rest in peace, Ursula. She was a beautiful, crazy bitch. Anyway, so she's walking me to the office. What'd you do? I don't know. What happened? They got the cops here, Jimmy boy. Shut up. I didn't believe her. I walked in, those two cops. I go, what the fuck? What did I do? She started questioning me. And back then, the principal was Bo, Mr. Bo. He like a bull. They call him Bulldog. He like a bulldog. Bo, Carter, Bo. I can't remember. Anyway, so
Is this
I'm
high school or Thomas Jefferson?
Madera High, Madera High.
Oh,
I was a sophomore.
Madera.
I was a sophomore, and it was winter. It was almost winter time. Fall. It was fall. I had quit the football team. My dad had passed. So
Mm,
my mom was doing her best. She was going to church. Victory Hour. She was still going to church. But I
mm,
was running ragged, running crazy because my dad died. You know, I had two fathers. My
mm.
biological father, who I love, he passed, and my stepfather, he raised me, and I love, he passed. But anyway, so
Dang.
he had passed in '83. B
Mm.
Street came out in '84. So I was sneaking out of the
Oh, I
house,
see.
and I was
Breaking
so
came
the end of
out in '83.
Kid
The
Boogie.
movie Breaking came out in '83.
Man, you couldn't pay me to watch that damn movie.
Okay.
Break it out, man, because to me it was real. I'm not, and no disrespect to the hip hop, because it was all hip hop, but they West Coast, man, they killed it, man. They killed it for yeah,
I got
that's
you.
yeah, no, B Street, that was it. That
Let
was
me
it.
let me ask you because I have a popper on here. His
Uh,
name is Kid Boogie. He's like really known, bro. You should look him up, Kid Boogie. Like
where's
when
that?
you first seen popping,
Uh,
like who'd you see though? Did you see the brothers popping first, or do you see Latinos popping first?
well, you know, MTV started those. You know what it was? I take that back. Um,
Yeah,
it
popping was
wasn't.
way before MTV.
Yeah, it wasn't popping then. We didn't know it as popping on Soul Train when
Yes,
they were doing it.
Soul Train.
Bam, bam, this is hitting hard. What the? You
Oh,
know,
that's where you seen it.
that's when I started seeing it. And I used
Mm,
to try to. I used to always try to. I'm not gonna lie. For everybody. I wear a wave cap. And boy, you ain't got no hair. I don't care. I've been wearing wave caps 50, 40 years. You know, I wear hoodies.
mm,
I'm Levi's, tennies. I'm not b-boy, but I'm that culture all the time. So
mm.
I always try to imitate, um, like the dancing. I could dance pretty good too, to be honest. But
Okay.
that's when I first seen it was on Soul Train,
You know
and then
what year that was?
shit, man, I was watching Soul Train when I was living in LA in the '70s, you know, and
Yeah.
they were hitting hard. They're dancing, hitting hard.
So would you
But
say like around 78, 77?
70, 77, 75, 76, 77, 78,
Okay,
yeah,
yeah.
that's. But it wasn't called popping then, or what's happening rerun, pop locking. It was pop locking, you know, and that was all part of Soul Train. They did a lot of pop locking, and
Mm.
to be honest, I don't know what's happening. What's happening? I think
Can
they
I
did call
can
it pop locking.
can I
Yeah,
yeah, can I give you some history on that?
yeah, I do that.
Okay. So for me, when people say pop locking, like I get confused though because popping is one culture and locking is one culture.
Uh,
Rerun did locking, the Electric Boogaloos did popping. You kind of get what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's kind of like if somebody says like, okay, breakdancing and break locking is like breaking and locking is two different cultures
Okay.
because locking started on the West Coast in the early 70s, as early as maybe like 70, 74, 75, and popping kind of like started like around from what Pete was saying, maybe like early as maybe like 70, 76, 77.
Hmm.
You know.
Yeah,
But I mean, I know people say to still say like pop locking, and I'm thinking like, well, when it was on Soul Train, they would call the LA Lockers though.
mm,
You get what I'm saying? And
yeah,
the Lockers, that's all they did was locking. And then when they had the poppers on, which is the Electric Boogaloos, all they did was popping like they didn't lock. So that's why
yeah.
I'm saying like I kind of get confused when people say pop locking because it's two different cultures though. You get what I'm saying?
Did they ever combine it
People did.
and form?
Yeah, yeah, people did. To be honest with you, later they did though. But
Uh-huh.
when I seen locking, it was only locking because I
Hmm.
seen it on what's happening. Like rerun wasn't popping; he was locking.
Locking, yeah. I always thought it
He
was
was
just pop
only
locking.
locking. But yeah, pop locking, I don't really care about that anymore. But I
What's
know what you're saying because I the first time I seen locking was on what's happening.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So what's that one song? Pop locking in Cadillacs.
Yeah.
That mother, that ain't even such a thing,
Oh, okay, I got what you're saying.
but it
Yeah, pop
rhymes.
locking on the West Coast. So
Yeah, pop
rough,
locking on the
it's
West
so
Coast. Yeah.
tough. I hear
No, yeah. So
California.
yeah, knows how to party. So yeah, that's when I got busted. 83, 84. I got busted in '84,
Mm,
and man, I had to go to court. Man, I had to go to court. I was looking at 2 years California Youth Authority, for
mm-hmm.
vandalism. And uh,
So,
go
so
ahead.
boy, I want to share something with you though too, like a little bit of my history. So when I came to Madeira and I seen B Street, I didn't have a name. I wasn't Mikey Ice yet. I called myself Little Up Rock because what I thought on top was called Up Rock, all right?
Uh huh.
And there was a dude named David. There was a dude in Madeira. His name was David Darrow. And I remember there was a song. There was a group called UTFO,
Yeah.
right? And they
Yeah.
had a song called "Bite It." We are delighted to give you permission to bite it
Yeah. Yeah.
down.
Yeah. Uh
Remember
huh.
that?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I remember I was breaking though where the water towers at Madeira.
Man,
Yeah,
God
you know.
damn. Hold up.
What's up, Marcos? You still on here?
Wait, what you talking about? What you talking about,
Okay.
homie? That,
The
that that was a
Madeira tower.
campaign. That was a campaign poster, and I took it.
My homeboy lived right there.
Uh huh.
Okay, Marcos is still on here. So my
Yeah.
homeboys live
What's up,
right there
nephew?
though, right? Right. Marcos is done because I want him to hear the story.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
My
Go
name
ahead.
was Little Up Rock though, and I remember my homeboy kept playing UTFO. He kept playing Roxanne, Roxanne,
Man. Oh yeah.
and
Yeah.
then I remember the DJ would go, Mix Master Ice, Mix Master Ice.
Yeah.
So me already being Mikey, he decided he kept saying, "Yo, Ice, like do that spin." Though. So he said, "Mikey Ice." He said, "Why don't you do that like that hand glide?" And I looked at him crazy. I was like, "My name is Little Uprock," but he kept saying every time I would go down and do some footwork, they would say Mikey Ice. So that's where I got the name Mikey Ice, and that's how I got my name, Mikey
Yeah.
Ice and Madera,
It
because of
fits.
UTFO. Because the DJ name was Mix Master Ice.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Mixmaster Ice. It was Mixmaster Ice, Dr. Ice, and Kango Kid. That was
Yeah.
UTFO.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
remember Roxanne, Roxanne? You
The
remember that
battle.
was the most popular song in Madeira.
I'm all eight. I'm all people. I listen to everything. I
Hmm.
don't listen to new shit. The newest rap I hear would probably be the 2000 early 2000s with obviously I'm a big Tupac fan. You know, Dr. Dre. After that,
Hmm.
I don't listen to none of that garbage. And I was just looking at Roxanne, the battle. They had a little documentary on her on the Fire Stick.
Yeah.
And that was pretty cool. I don't know if you saw that.
That,
Uh,
Roxanne, I remember in Madeira they had at least like seven different versions of Roxanne. They had Roxanne Shante,
Shantae,
Roxanne Revenge,
Yeah.
Rockman, and then
Yeah.
they had Roxanne Grandparents,
I never heard of that one.
and they had Roxanne's sister, and they had a girl named Roxy.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was like seven, eight different Roxannes, and I remember going to the Madeira Swap Meet and buying all the bootleg tapes.
It's still
And
there.
then what I
It's
would, and then what I know the Swap Meet, and what I would do, boy, is that I would go home and I would put the radio on, and I used to get 1580 K-Day from LA in
Oh yeah.
Madeira, but it was fuzzy. You
Oh.
remember that?
Yeah, I know, yeah.
It was
Yeah, I
fuzzy. You
know.
can barely get it, and it was FM
Yeah.
1580.
Yeah. Back in the early mid 90s, I used to catch um hip hop on the AM. I can't remember what channel it was. It was like
Okay.
on a Friday night. But that was I can't remember the station, but no, yeah. So what got you into it?
You know what it was though, boy, is like when I seen B Street, I was intrigued by it though, bro, because I seen breaking already first when I lived in Long Beach. So what, like right when I had left Long Beach, breaking just started. It started catching momentum. So when I came to Madeira and I went to Madeira High, that's when I ran into Vidal. I ran into a dude named I think his name was George Garcia, and then there was a dude named what's his name? Um, there was Sparkle,
Yeah.
and There was a bunch of other dudes, and I remember like a TV show came on. It was called The Pilot.
The pilot, the pilot. Oh, I can't remember that. Those 46
Yeah, it
episodes.
was a TV show, though, bro,
Uh-huh.
called The Pilot.
Oh wow. Huh.
And that was a popular. It was an ABC after school special, and there was a dude on there named Ozrock, and he had half of
Uh-huh.
his hair dyed and blonde, though, bro. It was an ABC after school special. You can look it up on YouTube. When you get a chance, look it up. It's called The Pilot.
I'm gonna do that.
You'll watch it, though, bro. This show came out. The Pilot came out in '83.
Yeah.
And then when that show came out, everybody's kind of like the momentum started catching on. And then I remember this, they said that they was gonna have a breaking contest at the Madera Library.
We were there.
I didn't get to go.
You know, I was thinking about that right now before somebody Jen JNN Jets. She said there was 46 answer records during the Roxanne UTFO Awards. It stretched from New York
Oh, okay.
City to the West Coast with Ice Cube and JJ Fad. Roxanne Awards got tied. Yeah, I remember that. That was in the documentary. I remember that.
Hmm.
I remember the pilot was the late great Oz Rock from the Body Rock Rocksteady crew. Thank you for that.
Actually, let me correct him on there. Whoever that is, Oz Rock is originally from Rhode Island, New York, and he used to be in a crew called the Dynamic Rockers. And then from
Uh-huh.
the Dynamic Rockers, he went to Rocksteady Crew, and then from Rocksteady Crew, he moved to the West Coast, and he was the first b-boy to do commercials in Hollywood from the in here in LA. He was the first b-boy because he did a movie called Body Rock.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
I'm gonna fire stick that. Or I have
yeah,
fuck, I don't know, goddamn one of these other things. I'm gonna look for that stuff because you can find that on all these fire sticks and
yeah.
all that. You know.
But he's right. But he got his history together though, bro. Like
Yeah.
Ozrock was in a movie called Body Rock, and he was down with the Rocksteady crew. But it was only a short period of time though. But he left New York so he can come to L.A. and
Uh-huh.
start doing commercials, and that's when he shot the movie Body, and that's when he shot the TV show The Pilot.
Okay. You know from when Abel reached out to me and he said,
Hmm.
"My guy, he's from Madera, wants to interview." I didn't even. I said, Abel Hernandez, like, question mark, like, I told him, who are you? What? My guy, that I called and I remember, I started talking to Abel. Yeah, I know his sister, married to Pastor Alvarado,
Okay.
and I know the family. So when we started talking, and you were telling me what what you saw, and then now when I look at you on YouTube, man, bro, you travel, bro.
Yeah.
You like I said when the sister from Seattle, when you
Hmm.
said what would you tell the youth? Be a student of the craft, be
Hmm.
a student of the trade, be a student of the culture, and that's what you did, man. And if
Yeah.
for you to tell me on the phone we were talking that I had a piece of that seed, I planted a seed in you, not in.
Hmm.
That's not right. I planted the seed.
You
You
inspired me.
inspired. Yo, I'm like, oh, I'm like, wow, because I was when we hung up, I was on YouTube, I was watching all kinds. You're everywhere, you know?
Yeah, bro. Like Marcos know, like I took off from Madera, bro, like a jet, though, bro. I said I wanted to see everything, bro. So I came and I started battling everybody, though. I battled everybody for at least a good 20 years, though, bro. Straight, anybody. Majority of it is majority is up on YouTube, though, but there's a lot of battles that I didn't put on YouTube, though, boy. But I was just fearless, though, bro, because I knew that I was already doing something back in the day because I already had to jump on everybody. You know what I'm saying? People are yet to
Yeah,
learn. It's like I had to jump on everybody because I was already doing it when it first came to the West Coast.
yeah, 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 yeah.
You know what I'm
You know,
saying? So
you
by the
know,
time I got to everybody else, it's like I had advanced technology. I
yeah,
was like an alien.
yeah. Like for you, I'm gonna put it up here. I don't know if I'm right here. I
Mm,
have a homeboy. He's from the neighborhood. OG Magoo
Okay.
Uno, uh, a talented, he's a talented artist. Airbrushes. He rubs elbows with Ice Cube. He rubs elbows with Gwyneth Paltrow. They 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 called him to Beverly Hills and whatnot and movie
Mm.
premieres, and he airbrushes and his style and his get down. He told me too. He says, you know, I started dressing and looking this way because of you.
Mhm.
Yeah, because I went to LA. My son was born in '86. I went to LA in '87. I was there for about '87 to '88 a year, and I went with the New York Yankee, a New York Yankee um, starter jacket, which wasn't mine. It was my friend Anthony Salazar's. I went with their Jordans. I went with hats. I had my stocking. I had 501s. I took too short, and my homeboy Magoo, he just fed off it.
Mhm.
You know, it's like for you and was it Annabelle? What was her name? The
Oh yeah,
early,
Annabelle.
you know, to do what you're doing and to see have people or youngsters, the youth, see what you're doing. Man, that's powerful, bro. You're leaving a legacy, man. This is good stuff, man. You know,
Yeah, that's what I've been doing, though, boy. I'm just trying to leave a strong legacy. You know that like another 50 years from now, people can look back at these videos, and
Mike
somebody
Yais.
from Madera's gonna look back and say like, yeah, I'm into hip hop, but it's like, nah, bro. Like, I understand. No, not to say that you're not into hip hop, but it's like nobody knows the roots. Really, nobody's really telling the story to the roots of Madera today, and it's not nobody's fault. So I
No.
figure, you know what? I'll take the responsibility myself
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
to put Madera on the map because if it wasn't for Madera, it
yeah.
wouldn't really be Mikey Ice. I got my name Mikey Ice in Madera.
The water tower battle. Respect,
You
my
know what
boy.
I'm saying? So
Respect. Respect.
I have to pay tribute to Madera though, bro. In Fantasy World and Mayfair and all that, and you know that was my playground though, bro. Like if I came to Madera and I didn't see your graffiti and there was no breaking though, I think Madera would have been it wouldn't have been a happy place for me.
Well, for you to say that, you know, um, uh, I'm honored, and you know, it makes me feel good to know that, you know, I did something for someone, and they got it and they ran with it. You know,
Hmm.
um, I thank you, man. That means a lot. You know, really, it means a lot, and I
Yeah, because
appreciate that.
I wanna put this up because I know there's a lot of little dudes in Madera that do tagging and stuff, but I'm like, bro, if you only knew, like,
You know what I see when I see even neighborhood tagging? You know, they put their team and their team colors. And I'm embarrassed. I was like, don't do that. Don't write on the
yeah,
wall. You're slop. It's like, and they're probably 18, 17,
mhm,
16, 15. They're writing like kids, like a 8-year old, like a 7-year old, you know? I'm like,
mhm,
no, man, you gotta be smooth with that, you know? Like my homeboy Magoo, I follow Magoo. Um, he, we was in LA one time, me, him, and my partner Dingy, and Magoo, we were walking. Magoo had a can, and he tagged the neighborhood backwards. He spelled it backwards because we were walking away. So instead of stopping and going left to right, he went right to left. And I looked at him and go, what the freak just happened? You know, very, very skillful. And then back then, we started finding out you could put like little tips, and then your brush would come out, you know. But
mhm,
I follow a lot of on Instagram. I follow a lot of b-boy, a lot of stuff like that. Um,
mhm,
just the art, the style. There's a dude in the Bay Area, in San Francisco. He always does the history of the Bay.
yeah.
And he's
I've seen
always
his
talk,
videos on
yeah,
YouTube.
and he
Yeah,
always talk about graffiti artists, not just in the Bay Area, everywhere. You know, that come from the Bay Area that take off, and that's just straight art. You know,
mhm.
straight art. Like what they want to do.
But Yeah, well, you know, I want to say though, while Marcos is on here though, like, see, the thing about it, Marcos is like he's the nucleus for Madera though too, because like right when I passed the torch to him, like he did what me and you did back in the day. He had that same energy that me and you had back in the day, like he has it
Yeah,
today. And
yeah,
like his generation, like they know who he is though. So
yeah.
like I want to get his story to be told because a lot of people don't understand how important
Mm-mm.
Marcos is. His art and his breaking is important to Madera because he's the other piece to that pie.
You know what? Like I was giving shout outs to my homeboy Magoo, and I was waiting for my nephew. Like I said, I told you before, and I tell him, quit your day job and do this full time. Sacrifice, you're gonna have to sacrifice. You got to do it, man, because you could take off. His
Marcos can draw
dancing,
for Disney though, bro.
dude,
Honestly, like his
man.
creativity is up there, bro. He can draw for like Pixar, Disney. He can draw for like a major corporation. He just gotta get connected to somebody that's in the industry. That's the
That's you.
only thing. Exactly. That's what
That's
I'm
you.
saying. That's why if he gets on here and he shares my story and
He's
he shows
next.
his artwork, somebody's gonna come across him though,
Oh
bro.
my
And they're
God.
gonna say, you know what? I want you to start drawing for us. And the money that he's making in Madera, he can start
International. Oh, I think he got cut off. But yo, Marcos, I'm gonna give him to jump back on. But yeah, bro, I need you to get on here with me though too as well, though, bro. So, if you find the chance though, Marcos, it's very important though, bro. I'm trying to get your artwork out there even further than you ever dreamed though, bro. But just think about it. Like, it's nothing to harm what you're doing. It's probably gonna expose you to like another high level though, bro, because I already got Carmelo, already got Hannah, already have Boy. You know what I'm saying? So now, like, people need to hear your story though, bro. And you already know we got 20 years of history, so
to think about that.
No, yeah. No, no. He does. He does need to get connected. And today
Because he
you
can
got to
go
know
big
someone.
though, bro. He can go big. I know he can go
You got
big.
to know someone. But then to
That's
just
how it
like
is.
you, just like you, pack your shit up, take a drive to Los Angeles, and set up shop somewhere for a weekend. You know. And my nephew, one he could dance. I be sending them shit.
Oh
People
yeah.
like from your break, you best step your game up. These boys are moving. These guys got
Mm,
wiggles. He be laughing, and I'll be sending
yeah.
him art. Yeah, Marcos is uh
He can
Marcos is
definitely do it though, bro. But yeah, boy, like I was saying, like the whole point of the interview is that I wanted to be able to acknowledge you and just to let
thank
you
you,
know, like, you know what I'm saying, and like
thank you.
that time as a kid though, like what I seen on the wall stuck with me a lifetime though, and like I would tell everybody like it there's like the name this boy though, bro. Like I didn't even know your last name. I just knew when I seen that name boy though, I was just blown away because I walked up to that piece in back of Mayfair and I looked at it and I was just like I can't believe the detail on it. I thought it was just amazing because it was like right in my face. It wasn't
Yeah,
on a movie screen. I didn't rent a
yeah,
VHS to watch it. I seen it with my own eyes.
yeah.
You know, and
You know,
I went home and I started writing my name like in bubble letters though, bro.
yeah.
Like, but
You know,
I had
I
to see
wish,
it first.
I wish, they had Polaroids then, but I wish I took
Mm.
pictures. I really did, and I didn't.
Yeah.
Uh, I really wish we would have posted up next. Pow,
Mm.
and there's a saying: your house is burning. What are you gonna save? You save your pictures because you'll never get those back again. That moment, that time, that look, whatever. And I wish we would have took pictures, and then we didn't. We took the picture and jammed. And
I got a few pictures of me though, bro, when I was younger in Madera though, bro, doing a little freeze. I'm happy that I saved it,
yeah, I'm
you
glad you
know.
did.
I'm happy that I'm staying there because I'm gonna be in another documentary coming out though, like sometime this year. It's supposed to be pretty big. I think it's either gonna be on Apple TV or Netflix.
I seen that. I seen that.
Yeah, I'm happy about that though, bro.
And just keep pushing, keep grinding, keep exposing people like my nephew
Yeah.
here. You're doing you're an ambassador, bro. You're an ambassador for the culture. You're an ambassador. You're not paving the way. You're kicking down doors, yo. You're kicking down doors, and the, there's a lot of everybody's paved the way, a whole lot, but you're reopening doors that were shut. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And like for Marcos, you could open up a door for him, or you could
Bro,
expose
I can get
him.
this dude probably. I could probably get Marco to Europe though, bro, on a paid ticket to fly there and come back, and to provide money for his family and his little boy though, bro. And that can probably continue like for the rest of his life. But people
Well, I
just
need to be a
gotta be
part of that. I'm his
people.
manager. I'm his manager. I don't know if you know that.
But people just need to be exposed to him though, bro, because
But
I
yeah,
know a lot of writers.
you
I know
know,
a lot of writers though, bro. I know people that do full production. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like that do like straight up murals though, bro. They get paid like 5 or 6 G's. They'll do a like to do a Kobe mural. Can you imagine if he got came out to LA just to do a mural of Kobe
You know
instead of
what? I'm
flying?
I'm gonna look at. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. Now that you said something, I'm real good with the
You
people
don't have to be
in Madera.
starving no more, Arcos.
I
Marco said
know.
he's a starving artist. We don't
Yeah.
want you to be starving. We want you to be a
Yeah. I'm
full
gonna reach
artist.
out. I'm gonna reach out to the city of Madera. I'm gonna reach out to the city of Madera. My cousin's on the council. I'm gonna see if we can find him a canvas, a concrete canvas, uh, a wall to where he could put something on the wall that represents Madera and maybe something else, kids playing
Yeah.
whatever, and and
Madera
just
to me is like the Bronx though, bro, in a way though, because that's where I seen everything. You know how everything started in the Bronx?
yeah.
Madera's the Bronx for me, you
Yeah,
know?
Madera in
But
some parts of the Bronx
Madera
probably
has
looks like Madera.
Madera has so much history with hip hop, bro, at least over 40 years of history
Yeah,
though, with all the DJs, like all the parties that they would have like at the Madera Fairgrounds, the roller rings,
yeah.
Milky, all the poppers, um, Jesse Gomez,
Jesse
and
Gomez, yeah.
the
Jesse
list
Gomez used
goes
to hit.
on.
Jesse Gomez used to hit hard. He
If
was skinny and
Madera, boy, I guarantee if somebody put out a documentary about Madera, like history, though, I guarantee though that it would be a number one seller in the valley. It
yeah,
would be a number one because there's so many people like yourself and me that we can relate to that. Like if somebody came out and say like, you remember the time when San Jose came to
yeah,
Fresno and like they battled and you
yeah.
know, one day though it's gonna happen though, bro. I already know
Yeah.
it.
And you know what? You're doing what you're doing. Um,
Yeah, it's gonna come across.
man, I got nothing but love and respect, and I thank you too because when Abel reached out to me and he said what you wanted to do, I felt real touched and real honored. I was like, wow, really? Wow, I don't know this guy, but
Hmm.
wow. And but you know what though, in my life, I have done that to a few individuals. I still have a kid, Cornelio Suna, still calls me coach. I'm a
Hmm.
father figure to him, and I call him. He's on Snapchat. He's drinking. You need a ride? Call me. I'll pick you up. All right, coach. But I'm in Mexico. I said, okay, well then, be careful, please. And I be doing that a lot. And I know that I did some bad, but talking to you and what you said, how I made an impact on your life, I know I did some good. You know. So
Same thing
you
with
know.
me too though, boy. There's people that write me every day, bro. When I get off these interviews from Thailand,
Uh,
somebody told me they was like, bro, these are you need to go to the Olympics. They need to fly you out to the Olympics so
uh,
you can explain the history of this.
yeah,
I said, you know what? That is true though, bro. Like
yeah,
I would be honored if somebody like took me out because I think first generation, second
Yeah.
generation,
No,
third
for sure.
generation. I seen every generation of breaking,
Yeah.
and I never stopped. I've never
No,
stopped.
no good. That's cool, man. And you're keeping the torch lit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
You keep
yeah, I got
you're
the
keeping the
church.
torch lit. You're keeping the torch lit,
It's
bro. And
blazing though, bro.
that's good stuff right there. That's good stuff, man. I'm happy you're doing what you're doing. When we got off the phone that one day, I went on YouTube and I was on it for about an hour. Bam, bam, just switching.
Yeah.
And
Do you
it,
have Facebook too, boy? Or you just only have
no,
Instagram?
no, just
Okay,
Instagram. Yeah, yeah.
okay. And I'm
Instagram
gonna
and
share this on. I'm gonna share this
Snapchat.
on.
I'm a professional
Yeah.
Snapchatter.
Okay.
No, yeah, share that. Yo, put that on there, man. I want to see nothing but love and respect. If I
Do,
can, if I may use this little platform,
yeah.
the world is evil.
Do, do,
Go ahead.
do you know how to share this video on your page?
Um,
There's a way
if,
to
if
do it.
okay,
You,
I
you know
think
how to do it?
you share to friends or close friends or something like that. Is that the one?
Let me see how I can tell you how to do it. You have to get a video downloader, and you have to download this video, and then you can put it on your page. You can put this full interview on your page
What?
on
There's my board right
Instagram
there.
downloader.
Okay. Well, I don't think I have that. But if you have it, I'll try to see if you could tag me in it or something. I don't know how that goes, but
Yeah.
yeah. No, but real quick, man, if I can, if I may,
Okay.
like that one lady, that one sister, that one lady, that individual from Seattle, you
Mm,
know, we're talking. She was talking, and somebody came up and said about how the world is. I said, you got to explain things to your kids, man. Um, yes, my grandsons are 8. Shit, my grandson's 2 years old and he knows how to work an iPad. He's poking, press play. If it goes small, he knows how to enlarge it. If you let the TV and the computer and social media raise your kids, they're gonna come out fucked up. They're gonna come out messed up in the head. The world is evil right now.
I know, bro.
I'm not gonna preach Jesus, or I'm not gonna preach Christianity. I'm not gonna preach. I'm just gonna speak on how I feel my faith. The devil, he has a stronghold. He don't have control. He has a stronghold. He has grip. Um, uh,
On
everything
people's
everything
minds,
is
on the mind,
on the mind. Everything
on the
is
mind.
evil, corrupt. The music is bad. Um, um, everybody's out for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Like when somebody said on the last interview, you got to get back to the basics, and it starts at home. It starts at home, and it's how you raise your kids. It's how you raise your kids. I'm gonna have a friend of mine's daughter's on here. I follow her, and her takes her daughter to church. She reads the Bible. She knows verses, and it says in the Bible, raise your kids up in the way of the Lord, and when they get older, they will not turn away. But
Mm-hmm.
be positive, be respectful, say good morning, open the door for someone. Have a good day. Things like that. When this plays out, things like that make a difference. You know, make a difference in people's life. Me myself, I struggle with um, um, depression. I take antidepressants. I take mood swing pills, which is a bipolar pill. Am I bipolar? I don't know, but I can act it.
Mm-hmm.
But I have mental illness,
Mm-hmm.
PTSD from a motorcycle accident. But
Mm-hmm.
I stay grounded. I stay focused. I stick to my family, and I read the word and I look at it on TV. Um, but that's all I want to say for this part.
Okay.
So being a positive person, be a positive person, and within your circle, your communities, plant the seed. Like I planted a seed without even knowing, and you took it in, and it ignited, and it grew, and it flourished, and it blossomed, and now you've been all over the world. How old are you?
I'm 51.
51. You've been all over the world, man. Damn. You
Yeah.
know, and you're probably doing that in your 30s.
Yeah.
That's good stuff, man. I'm glad that I had a part of that.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna when I die, you'll remember that. A lot of people probably won't,
Yeah.
but at least you will. You can't change them all. You can just change one. Mission accomplished. You know.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
All right, boy. Yeah, man. Thank you for this interview, and
Blessings, my
I'm gonna
boy.
post it up, and
Yes, sir.
hopefully like somebody will see it from a there, and like they'll be
Yeah,
inspired and be like, damn,
yeah.
like you
Be
know,
positive. Do the right thing. You
yeah,
know. It's hard to do the right thing. It's easy to do the wrong thing. You know.
yeah.
Number love and respect. I pray blessings and prosperity over you when you travel. Everything that you touch, everything that you do, that the Lord opens up the windows of heaven and pours out a blessing that your cup runneth over.
All right, bro. Thank you.
Hey, be good, man, Mikey. I love you, bro. One love,
Okay.
blessings. And I'll be watching your lives. My
Yeah,
nephew.
bro. Believe me, I got some more. I'm only getting started though, bro. I got some heavy hitters coming on. Like I'm speaking to people in Europe. I'm speaking to, I'm getting interviews in Europe. I'm getting interviews in the United States. I try to do it worldwide because hip hop is worldwide. So if
Mm.
hip hop is worldwide, then I'm worldwide. I'm going
Yes,
with
sir.
it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you're gonna be
I
seeing
still
people.
b-boy. I'm still b-boy. I still a b-boy in me. I'm still a b-boy. I'm always a b-boy. I always be a b-boy. You
Yeah,
know, to the heart, to the bone.
that's what it is. Though once you're a b-boy, bro, it's like once a b-boy, you'll always be a b-boy.
Oh yeah.
It's something that's in your DNA. I'm learning about DNA. It's
Oh
like
yeah,
it's
yeah,
in your
yeah.
DNA, and you can't change it. You
Nah,
know.
it's in me, man. It's in me.
Let me show you this
In me.
real quick before we go.
Show me, show me.
This is b-boy
I'm
Billy.
gonna cop some gear from you too. What is that? Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
You
That's a
can't
big
really see
piece.
too
You got
well.
the what's that with the checkerboard floor? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Look at checkerboard floor.
I see that.
See the b-boy with the
Yeah,
Kango.
yeah, 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 I see that. I see that.
See the Pumas right there.
Yeah, the Pumas and the big laces.
Mikey Ice on the arm.
Mikey eyes.
And see the dudes right there
Yeah,
doing graffiti. Watch, let me show you.
yeah,
See the dudes right there.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
See the
That's it,
spray
man.
cans on the floor.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Hey, you're living it, man. You're living it. You're a part of it. You are hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
That's how I always felt since I was a kid, though. But thank you once again, though, boy. And I'm gonna put this up and hopefully educate some people in Madera because Madera needs to know, like, Madera needs to know it's Russo because, like, the kids don't know, and I don't blame them. I'm not
Nah,
mad though, bro, that
nah.
these rappers are giving you some bullshit stories and
Yeah,
popping
yeah.
pills. And it's like it's
I
so
have, I
sad
have,
though, but I mean
I have
that's
some
one side of
homeboys.
the coin.
I have some homeboys like when you're talking about Larry Green Eyes. I have some homeboys from a neighborhood. They end up went rapping Larry Morales, and Andrew
Yeah.
Toxtero, Drew. Um, they got into rapping, and Drew Toxtero he raps hard, but he was part of an organization um, um, that was part of a team. He was with that
Mhm.
dark room, but he flows hard, bro. He flows hard. He raps hard. He talks about Madera, the fog, and mopping through the streets of Madera in the fog. But it's all street related. But there's a
Mhm.
lot of hip. There's a lot of people in Madera that have it. But it's the new era, not the
Yeah, it's the
old
new
school
era.
era. Drew, Larry Morales, Mo, they're from the 80s. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yeah. But Mikey, I love you, brother. God bless, man. I'm gonna follow you. Hopefully, we'll hook up one day. Um, and break bread.
All right.
All right, bro.
Okay, man. Thank you.
Blessings.
Peace.
Yee,
Marcos, you're next, though, bro. Let's
yee.
go.
Nephew, nephew.